Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into two of the hardest working, most closely connected organs you've got, the duodenum and the pancreas. They are, without a doubt, your gut's power couple, and we're about to find out exactly why.
So, let me ask you a question. Have you ever really thought about what happens to your food the moment it leaves your stomach? We're talking about just the first 10 inches or so. It's a tiny little stretch of anatomy, but what goes on there? Well, it's absolutely essential.
You know, you can't think of this area as just a simple tube. It's more like the grand central station of your entire digestive system. This is the spot where that partially digested food crashes into a flood of enzymes and bile. This is where the real work begins, breaking down all the fats, proteins, and carbs.
All right, so let's meet the first of our unsung heroes. We're talking about the duodenum, the very first part of your small intestine. Think of it as the gateway, and trust me, you do not want to underestimate its importance just because it's short.
So, what is the duodenum exactly? Well, it's the shortest but also the widest and most fixed part of the small intestine. I want you to picture a C-shaped cradle, maybe 10 inches long, that wraps perfectly around its partner organ. And oh yeah, we'll be meeting that partner in just a minute.
To really get it, we're going to take a quick anatomical tour. You see, the duodenum isn't just one uniform piece. It's actually split into four very distinct parts, and each one has its own specific job to do.
Our tour has 4 stops. It all starts in the superior part. Then the food makes a sharp downward turn into the descending section. From there, it travels across your body in the horizontal part, and finally, it makes a quick trip up through the short ascending section to continue on its way. All those turns create that C shape we were talking about. And what's really fascinating here is just how different their lengths are. The horizontal part, it's the longest by far. And that's no accident. It gives the food more time to really mix with all those digestive juices. This anatomy isn't random at all. Every single part is built for its purpose. And this anatomy has some very real-world, very serious consequences. That very first little bit of the duodenum is called the cap. And guess what? That's where most ulcers happen. Why? It's simple, really. It's the first thing to get hit with that super acidic sludge coming right out of the stomach. It's a powerful reminder that in our bodies, location is everything. Now, there is no way to understand the duodenum without meeting its partner. So let's meet the powerful pancreas. Remember that C-shaped cradle? Well, the pancreas is what's nestled right inside it. It's the duodenum's essential next-door neighbor.
The pancreas is just cool. For one, it's the largest digestive gland in the body. Its Greek name, pancreas, literally means sweetbread. Kind of weird, right? It's salmon pink, has the shape of a thick walking stick, and has this firm, kind of bumpy texture. And despite that delicate look, it is one of the most powerful organs we have.
Honestly, the best way to think of the pancreas is as a high-tech chemical factory with 2 totally different production lines. The exocrine function pumps powerful digestive juices through little ducts straight into the duodenum. But then there's the endocrine function, which has no ducts at all. It just releases critical hormones like insulin directly into your blood to control your blood sugar. A true powerhouse. So now we've met both of our players. How exactly do they form this critical partnership? How do they work together? It's all about location, perfect timing, and, you won't believe this, shared infrastructure. Okay, check out this delivery pipeline. Imagine a duct running right through the pancreas, collecting all those enzymes. Then it gets joined by the common bile duct, which is bringing in bile from the liver. They merge together into a tiny little reservoir, and then, boom, they release this potent cocktail right into the second part of the duodenum, exactly where it's needed most. And get this for precision. Those 2 ducts, they don't just randomly bump into each other. Nope. They typically join at a perfect 60-degree angle. That is an incredible little piece of biological engineering, where every single detail is optimized to make the whole system run smoothly. And the connection goes even deeper. They literally share the same plumbing. Both of these organs get their blood from the same exact arteries, the superior and inferior pancreatic duodenal arteries. This means they are fundamentally, physically linked. You cannot separate one from the other without some pretty major consequences. And of course, that brings us to the clinical side of all this. When things go wrong,
because this incredibly close relationship is a marvel, for sure, but it also means that when a problem starts in one organ, it very often affects the other. This proximity has huge implications, so let's go back to that ulcer. If it forms on the front wall, the anterior wall, it can tear open, spilling everything into the abdomen, causing a huge infection. Very bad. But if that same exact ulcer forms on the back wall, the posterior wall, well, it can eat right into that shared artery we just talked about and cause a massive, dramatic hemorrhage. Same problem, millimeters apart, two completely different life-threatening emergencies.
But hey, it's not all bad news. This closeness can actually be a huge advantage for doctors. They can use the duodenum as a kind of gateway. By guiding an endoscopic ultrasound right through it, they can get a crystal clear look at the pancreas and the bile duct. They can even perform procedures this way, all without major invasive surgery. It's pretty incredible stuff.
So, you have the duodenum acting as the gateway and the pancreas as the chemical factory, both linked by shared plumbing and a common goal. This all leads to one final, really important question. If your pancreas and duodenum are a power couple, what happens to your health when they have a falling out? It's a powerful thought, and a great reminder of just how interconnected our internal world really is. Thanks for watching The Explainer.